before about the pro cards. I think personally they are watered down. You know that they don't have the meaning they had before. You know, so you had to be the best to get a pro card, and that's why you guys used to go in where which I'm gonna lead into now. Used to turn pro and start competing immediately. So
Mm.
Frex, you got your pro card in 1992, all right, at the USA's, and then in '93. You came in. Now, the order of the contest, obviously, there was the Arnold. You
Yeah,
won.
yeah. I
First,
actually
first the
was
Iron Man.
You
Iron
won
Man.
the Ironman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Then, obviously, you won the Arnold. And then you placed second in England to Claremont, I think it was.
yeah.
And then you
Actually,
know,
no. In '93, I won the Ironman. I won the Arnold. I went over.
second.
I did the French Grand Prix
Yeah.
and then the German Grand Prix,
Yeah. You won
and then I
those.
placed second to Dorian.
Yeah.
My
You won
night.
those. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I mean, placing second to Dorian, you got a Dorian. I mean, Kevin placed second to him on his Olympia debut the year
yeah,
before,
yeah,
and you got a Dorian that was like much more improved with no injuries.
yeah,
I mean, it's like if it was anybody else, I think you could have easily won it. What I mean, how did it feel placing second to him? That did you think like, all right, now in '94 or whatever, I'm gonna win it, or I'm gonna keep moving on and improving on that, even though in
yeah. I
nine
mean,
not '94, '95 then, because then you came back in '95.
yeah. I wasn't a historian of the sport. I didn't know of too many people who had competed before me. I'd heard of Arnold Schwarzenegger, obviously. I heard of Sean Ray,
Yeah,
and I heard of Leah Haney. Those are only like names I know. And so, unlike a lot of competitors now, they know the sport and the history of the sport. So, like I said a few times, in the Pro Ironman show, I competed against Vince Taylor, and at the time,
yeah,
Vince Taylor was ranked number 3 in the world. So I'm like, how in the world am I going to beat this guy? So winning, I was like, wait a minute. I just thought it was like a joke. It's like, oh, you
yeah,
probably didn't take the show that serious.
yeah,
The honor class is going to be a big show, so I'm going to lose in. And then it was, Lila brought in Vince Taylor, who was ranked number 2 and number 3. So
yeah.
when I won that, I was like, I still just didn't understand, what was going on. I literally thought they were going to come to my house and take my trophy that they made a mistake. I did. I was just waiting. I was like, man, I'm not even going to cash a check because I know they're
Yeah,
going to come and take it from me.
yeah,
And then a French in the Grand Prix, the German Grand Prix. But again, going to the Olympia, I knew Dorian. We had met the year before. After he had won his first Olympia, he had came to Go's Gym and he had walked up and like, "Hey, Flex, how you doing?" I was like, "Jesus, man, you know my name?" I'm like, "Really?"
yeah,
We always got along. So I just thought because I was so immature about the sport. It was my first time competing against Sean. I thought he was going to beat me because these are all seasoned pros. This is my
yeah.
first year. I don't even know what's going on. I didn't really understand even dieting or anything like that. So when after I had beat Sean, I literally when I gave him a hug, I literally apologized to him in his ear, like, man, I'm sorry. I know they got this wrong. You should have beat me because he was higher ranked than I was. So when it came to Dorian, it was obviously I knew I was going to take second. I just, this is Dorian Yates. He's Mr. Olympia. So
Yeah.
I was just so happy to freaking be there. I was like a kid in a candy store.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I remember going back to the hotel. I ran into for the first time in the world, Serge Olivia,
Yeah. Oh.
and he actually opened a door for me when I was walking into the hotel, and he looked at me, goes, "Kid, I know you don't understand, but you won that show." And I was like, "Dude, I don't care about that. I'm meeting you. That's so."
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I was so childish like and so immature with the sport. I like I was saying about athletes turning pro and I'm not really ready. I'm now I'm actually happy that I didn't win the Olympia because I didn't have any respect for it. I just thought it was another show. I didn't really understand the history of it. I didn't know the people who had won before me. So I would have let the title down because I was still very immature as a person and all that stuff. And I don't think I would have done the title justice,
Wow.
So
Wow.
yeah.
That's an interesting perspective. Like it's like
Yeah.
really interesting to hear you say that you feel that you are in a sense, physique wise, maybe you would be worthy of the title,
Yeah.
but not mentally and how you would carry the title with you as an ambassador for the sport. That's
No.
amazing. I never heard you say that.
Yeah. No, no, I truly believe that. And even, people like, you should have won Olympia. And again, I've talked about this before. It's like if you have a child and your child wants to drive your car and they're like, no, 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 son, that'll kill you. You're not old enough. You're not
Yeah.
mature enough. So now, because all the mental problems that I've had competing throughout the years, all of the problems that I was mentally going through, I'm 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 so happy now that I didn't win the Mr. Olympia because,
Wow.
like I've talked about before, throughout my whole career, I tried to commit suicide.
Yeah.
I often tried to. And here I am only number two, and I'm only making number two worthy amount of money. So I'm blowing through my money. I'm buying cars. I'm living recklessly because I don't believe that I'm going to live long. I just never
Wow.
thought that I would live long. So I'm
Wow.
living life like that.
Hmm.
And so imagine me winning the Olympia title. I think that would have just gave me so much freedom and power that I probably would have actually succeeded in actually taking my life because it was a struggle just being number two and being globally known for that. So, again, I don't think I would have done the title justice. Yeah, maybe physique wise I was there, but mentally what I was going through and the problems that I was dealing with mentally and stuff like that, nah, absolutely not. I was not ready for it.
Wow. Wow.
That's amazing.